Joining me now is WATE 6 on your side legal analyst Greg ISAACS. Good to see you.
It's good to be here, Lori.
Here's the issue. We've seen bars break the Knox County curfew. We've seen the county beer board go after some of those bars' permits, and we've seen the state pull one bar's liquor license. So, Greg, let's talk about the rules on serving beer and liquor. First, explain this. There's one system for liquor, one system for beer. How does that work?
Lori, totally separate. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission controls liquor licenses to apply and to obtain one. You cannot be a convicted felon. You cannot have been convicted of a alcohol-related offense in a 10-year period or a crime of moral turpitude. If there is a violation of the state rules and regs, the commission makes a decision. They revoke your license or suspend it, and then you can appeal to a hearing officer or a state designated administrative law judge.
Real quick, how does we don't hear about moral turpitude, that's such an old-fashioned term, but how does that differ from crime?
Wow, it's such a antiquated term, and just something that would in the opinion of the board, or whether it's the Alcoholic Beverage Commission or the local beer board, impact your integrity and ability to run an establishment that comply with the laws. Now,
gotcha.
The beer permits are local, totally similar in the city. No felony within 10 years, no alcohol-related conviction, or a crime of moral turpitude.
Okay, so how does a bar lose its license?
Well, for example, the beer board in both the city and the county, those are separate. You can revoke, suspend, or fine a permittee for violating the city charter or the county charter. The beer board is the one that issues the permits. There is a designated hearing officer in the city that makes a decision. So what we've seen during the pandemic, it's been interesting how the curfew issue started with the Board of Health. Then that became a regulation adopted by City Council, and then it is enforced by the Knox County Beer Board. So this is all pandemic related, but you know, they handle a lot of serious violations, serving to underage patrons, individuals obviously intoxicated. But Lori, what's interesting in these recent high-profile cases, basic curfew violations.
Right, and we're almost out of time, but one ended with BYOB, a sign on the door, bring your own then.
What a story. The hearing officer imposes a 60-day suspension and a $7,000 fine for Paul's Oasis. Being creative, the establishment uses a little-known law on the books in the state of Tennessee. Unless it is prohibited by a municipality or city, in Tennessee, you can BYOB, bring your own beverage. So what Paul's Oasis did was place a sign on the door and say, we're still serving food, still serving liquor, and by the way, bring your own beverage, your beer.
All right.
BYB. But Lori, after all, the police, all the Board of Health,
5 seconds,
all the all the beer board, you're still serving beer.
There you go. Thank you, Greg. All right, if you have a question for Greg, just send an email to AskIsaacs@WATE.com. And be sure to tune in to WATE 6 on your side news at 5:30 every Wednesday to see if he answers any of your legal questions.